All right, everybody. I'm having problems with my internet. It's taken 3 hours to upload a video. So I'm going to try to do going live, and hopefully it loads a lot faster. So I don't know if I'll be able to answer questions where they come up and stuff like that because I'm on my little phone and I don't have my tablet no more. But we're going to do part three, and it's supplies, questions, and prepping for paint. And I'm just adjusting my tripod. I put it all the way down, and I shouldn't have. Um, there we go. Yeah. We was talking about some of the supplies we're going to use for some of the pattern work and stuff like that. And one of the questions I got a couple questions about some of the supplies. The gray, light gray Scotch Brite. I take my X-Acto blade and I just cut little sections of it like this, and to do the body work on it, do the sanding, and you get them at your local Audi body supply store. Whoever makes his paint mixes paint for you. If you just look up in your phone book, mine is United Sales, and they do have a website. It's called United Sales. They're I don't know, $1.50, $1.99 a piece, and they'll last you a long time. And this is the one that we did a peat with, and I actually cut it down a little farther. Um, but it'll last you. That little piece will do 3 or 4 bodies before you have to throw it away. And a section, the full sheet, will probably last you a good year or something. Depends on how many bodies you use. Um, some of the tapes I use is the J tape, the yellow. It bends really nice. The FBS tape, and this is the micros. I do all three. They have point 0.5, point 0.4, and point 0.3 millimeters to do graphics. And then I also do. I got this from Coast. It's IB tape, which is almost the same as the J tape, and I believe this is FBS tape too. Um, yeah, I got this from uh, Coast Airbrush too. This is 16th scale, 16th inch. The J tape is 1.5 millimeter. Um, as far as tape goes, I use 3M 06526. Uh, Once I do my tape out, I cover this up, and you can see right through it. The once you do your masking with your fine line, I cover it up and then back tape. Once you do this on your patterns, you cover this up and kind of over it. Well, you'll see it once I start doing the patterns, and this covers your section, and it's super thin. It's almost like a Tamiya, but it's a little better, I believe. It's like $10 a roll. Once we start doing the patterns, I'm gonna do I do a Rhine silver, and then I'm doing 3 different sizes of flake. This the micro. This is a 0.4, and this is 0.6. The reason you want to do a couple different sizes of flake, it makes it dance a little better. Different sizes on top of each other kind of inlays it and makes it in the sunlight dance a little more instead of just one. You guys that have a 0.3, the only size you can put in it in your airbrush is the micro, which is this. If you have a 0.5, you can put the 0.4 through it. Anything bigger than that, you're going to need an actual spray gun. I have a Flake King. So once I spray the Orion Silver, put the inner coat clear, which is it's your inner coat clear mixing stuff. You mix this 1 to 1, and I always have a bottle of this already pre-mixed up, and I just keep a bottle of it pre-mixed like this. With the Flake King, you shoot this, and then bust the Flake King on top of it. You just shoot it, and it lays nice and level with it. For the Peterbilt, I don't know if you guys can see this real good with what this is. This is it's like a yellowish cream, and what I did, I added a couple drops of House Color Tangelo to the actual cream. So it's has a little bit into it. I'm gonna shoot the black first, then the cream with a little bit of the Tangelo into it, and then shooting the Tangelo on top of it. So it's all this going to be masked back and forth before it. It's going to be a little neat. Hopefully I have enough for it. A couple of questions I had was the fillers I use. If I have major body work, I have the icing light, and this is it's like $24 for a bag of this. I've been using this for, I don't know, 2 years. It's regular body filler, and it's 2-part where you have to mix a hardener into it, but it's basically it's like a top coat. It's real nice and creamy and soft. And then my spot filler is this. It's real nice and easy to use. If you're going to use this, you're going to have to use like 320 to sand it out. Um, and then I use 400 to 600 with this, and sometimes even a little harder, higher grits. Um, but this spreads real nice and easy. The little divot that was in the cutlass in the door, I just put a little bit on. I use little strips of styrene, spread it in it, and I had little very to sand out of it, and I used 600 to sand it out. Um, when I sand bodies out after I do the primer, I use 600. I mean 800. You just want to do crosshatch again, like we did in the primer, but we did that with the green gray scratch bright. I grab a drink. Hold on a second, guys. I got everything prepped except the body of this and the hood of the Pete. So I wanted to show you guys how to do this with the high build good primer. You just kind of softly go back and forth with the high build primer and a cross hatch. Now this is 800 grit. You need something that's going to be see, there's a couple indents in there with the scratches with the sandpaper. You just lightly do that, and it knocks the edges out of it. You'll have a nice smooth, and this is a real dusty stuff with the high build primer. And if you feel it, it'll be nice and smooth. Now it's almost like glass there. And that's what you want. Hopefully that guy covers you guys on what I do on how my body prep and works. You really don't want to go any higher because you need tooth for the body for the paint to stick to. Sometimes I go, depends on if I'm doing just a simple base color, I'll go up to 1,000, but with taping and all that, I try to stick around 800. And it's going to have tons of patterns and stuff like that, so I want tooth for the tape to stick to. And it's hard to do that around the fender wells to get a cross hatch. You just try to do as much as you can to do that. You just kind of work it better back and forth. And all I do Once I do all that, just wipe it down with a little alcohol to get all that dust off. And once we go to do the painting, now I use the blue tack cloth, and I put this once I open it, I put it in a Ziploc bag. Open it up like this, and I just cut a little section out of it, and cut a little section out of it. When we go to paint, I'll use a little section out of it every time to right as I go to spray. Now for the cutlass, the main color is going to be a bunch of patterns, but I also mixed my own color. It's majority of it's going to be Strato Blue, the metallic, but I put a couple drops of the Blue Pearl from House Color, then the Orano Blue candy base coat, and then a little bit of the violet pearls. And what I got was a real deep sparkly blue color. So the main color down the sides and section of it is going to be that color in the frame of it. So, down through here, there's going to be a small pattern through here, but that blue color is going to be like through here, and then through here, and back through here, and through the sail panel, and a small section of the hood and trunk, and then the floor pan. And it's going to look really good. I think that was it on the questions. I did have one more, and it was mold lines. And mold lines, I mostly do 320 on them. And all them questions are from Samuel. So Samuel, I hope that answers your questions on that stuff. If you guys have any more, and I do have one more thing. I'm gonna try to squeeze it in. And that's on the 57. It's about doing lace. It's one of the guys I do work for. I gotta straighten this up a little bit, and before I clear the peat, I'm going to try to squeeze this in, doing some lace on it, and show you guys exactly how to do lace. I gotta straighten this out, so I'm gonna try to clear it at the same time. So stick with me on this stuff, and we'll try to work everything in all at the same time, because I get all this stuff done around the same time. So there's going to be jumping around a little bit, and I'm going to finish sanding this body, and I got the hood yet on the Pete, and we'll shoot the black, and then I'll try to do a live video masking out graphics a little bit, and maybe this is a real short video on doing the taping of the Pete graphics, so I can get it shot, and I'll shoot the Orion Silver right after that, and we'll get moving. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this series of stuff, and we'll get moving on this stuff. And you guys have a good one. We'll talk to you real soon.